Hi, I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses, and I was going to answer a question myself that I posed recently on my Facebook page. And the question was, do you ride in spurs? And I have not answered that question yet, and I'm going to do that right now. So here you go. I used to ride in spurs, and I have a few pairs of spurs, one of which is super cute little Western pair of little jingly rowel spurs that have really nice little spur straps on them. And I had a sign made from a gal on Etsy for my cowgirl bathroom downstairs in my house, and it says don't squat with your spurs on, and I will be hanging those spurs in my bathroom as a decoration, because I have decided and made a commitment to my horses to not ride in spurs. And I definitely, let me just stop right there, have nothing against people who choose to ride in spurs. You do you, that's great. For me, it became a little bit of a conviction, and I'll tell you where it began. I went and took a lesson from a trainer who bluntly just exclaimed to me that I could not show my horse without spurs on. And that particular horse that I want to show has scars from spurs, actually. Took me a while to figure out what those were, and then I was riding one day and I kind of was looking, and I realized they're exactly in the spot where your spur would hit, and they're little pinpoint marks that discolored her hair there. And when you feel them, you can feel little rough spots in the skin underneath those discolored spots. Those are scars from spurs, not from me, obviously. And it just really started to bother me. But here's the thing that I think really matters to me when it comes to that, and it's really just a matter of personal conviction. But for me to preach to people that we want to be light and soft and kind, and that my goal in life in this world is to always be looking to do better by my horse, and to be as kind as I can with my ask, and as consistent as I can be with the cues that I offer. I think it's unfair for me to ride in something that could be misused or adds pressure. If my goal is to be as light as possible and for my horse to respond to the slightest cue, if we preach that a horse can feel a fly land on its butt, so that we should be so light with our signals and so subtle, why do we need them? It's counterintuitive to me to think that we need them if that's what we're striving for. So for me personally, I do not ride in spurs. In fact, I'm going to hang them up as decorations in my house, because I've just made a commitment not to use them anymore in my riding for any reason. And I'm going to strive as a horseman to offer up better signals, more consistent and precise movements of my body, so that my horse truly works in partnership with me and isn't motivated by an aid that I can live without. Because I think when I give them up, it makes me have to strive to do better. And that's what I want to do for the horse. I want to do better. And then I want them to have a better life because of it. And I want them to be more comfortable. What I have noticed in my horses is that even trainers who've gotten on them besides myself, who use a spur, they usually invoke, when they're put into play or action, I watch the horse's body language, and what I see so often is pinned ears, tail ringing or tail switching. My horse had her tail clipped so that she couldn't do that when that spur was engaged. And I just don't feel like that's kind. I can't operate in that fashion and then preach to other people that they need to be kinder and better for their horses. So that's my spur speech, y'all. I'm going all out in the no spur nation. And I'm going to encourage people to give up their spurs. And I'm throwing this out there to be transparent about it, and I'm throwing it out there for accountability for myself, because when I get tempted to go back to that place where I feel like, oh, I could really benefit if I just had a little bit of a spur, I could just get a little better response. Instead of doing that, I'm going to check myself, and I'm going to have this as an accountability, and I'm going to be able to look back and go, you put it out there publicly that you're not going to do that, so stick to your guns and do what you said you're going to do. And that's my goal. That's what I plan to do. I plan to do that for my horses and for myself, because I just want to strive to be better at this all the time. And I want to be able to just think and lift my leg and have my horse respond to that like butter soft, and do that happily with ears forward, and be as light as I'm striving for, without the use of another aid that might cause some discomfort to my horse and cause them, yes, to be quick and responsive, but I think I can do that with my body if I work at it hard enough. So I'm challenging myself. I challenge you to, hey, give it a try. I mean, I think that what's the worst that can happen? Your horse doesn't move exactly like you want them to, and then you get better. So there you go. I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm gonna go ride and work a little bit. It's kind of cloudy and overcast day, a little muddy, so I think we're gonna take a hike around the field and just kind of play with some stuff out there. And happy trails, y'all.